a stick like a hobo, no checking me. Way back when D-Lo had the spot in Treasure Tree. So many hoes had to get a vasectomy. She left her body home and brought her neck to me. I did a walk through, they sent a jet to me. Y'all niggas show price less than my travel fee. One of my arms worth a ticket. Watched so much that a car came with it. Back in the day, I used to rob with no mask on. Shit on my wrist, I would've killed the whole house for. And I went to school high, I ain't go to class though. I was with the OGs, learning about the glass bro. Caught me with a deuce five, mama keep my ass bro. Break yourself, leave his brains on the dashboard. I'm with Sid and Lil Baby, yeah. We got 4 choppers that's full. 21. Way before rapping, on God, I was trapping. Sneaking my Glock and liqueur, on God. I got my K from Osama Bin Laden, little nigga, he signed this shit. Straight up. I'm 4L gang, if you reach for my chain, then a nigga gon' die in this bitch. A, B, C, D, E, F, G wagon, y'all nigga doing that big capping. I ain't with the friendly shit, closest thing y'all getting to a handshake is the beat clapping. Yo, mama gon' have to make a GoFundMe, y'all niggas keep doing that sneak jabbing. Gucci had to kill the whole woods just to make Young Savage this motherfucking meat jacket.
BBS look like a star. I took the top out the car. We don't abide by the law. You don't know what I done saw. Can't live without it. I keep a stick for the wall. Chase out deposit. Money just stick with the boy. Cash in and cash out. I am not looking for clout. No, I knew I would figure it out. I knew. I took the millionaire route. Run it up. Pop the pig, got my head in the cloud. Said my name made to bring out a crowd. We got paid, now my family proud. On God, I've been dripping and dressed as a child.
I hit your bitch, she'll jump out. Cartier Bergy for her, they don't come out. They get the sweat from Atlanta and run out. I make the best when they stick like a tongue out. Running this shit, what the fuck is they talking about? Skinny jeans stole with them 100, they poke out. It's 6'5", I'm in a robot. I'm a real one, I ain't running from nobody. Hellcat fast, you know that I show out. Ain't sparing no bitch, give a fuck about a blowout. If we wanna smoke with you, boy, you couldn't go out. Still getting money, my label don't know about. Court side with a vibe with the toes out. Rich nigga, I come straight out the poor house. Trap going crazy right up by Mohawk. Dead in me, said in Mohawk. Bought a bin, double back, bought a trap house. I'm with Savage in the city doing donuts. Youngest with me, they got 5, they gon' go nuts. $250,000 in a baby blue Goyard. Buy cash, then I go on the motor. Drive fast, ain't no pulling me over. Play with bags, you can tell by the odor. No alcohol, go get me a new soda.
BBS look like a star. I took the top out the car. We don't abide by the law. You don't know what I done saw. Can't live without it. I keep a stick for the wall. Chase out deposit. Money just stick with the boy.
Yeah, nigga tryna drill like a boy. Yeah, don't gotta get no award. Yeah, live in the bank, gon' do fraud. Yeah, 200 racks on my arm. Yeah, I been fucking superstar. Yeah, her pussy good by a car. Yeah, you niggas ain't making no noise.
Today, we're going to talk about the Stanley Cup Finals, MLB Day Game winners, and let's cash another squad ride. This is Behind the Lines. Davey Martinez has to go. He is not a good coach. He wasn't a good coach in 2019. He got carried by Howie Kendrick, Juan Soto, Ryan Zimmerman. Davey Martinez has not done shit for this team. He is a bad manager, and it is showing right now. What's wrong with cracking a V8 during the Caps game?
Cracking a V8, dude?
Down, trying
Is
to
this a Coors Light, Krabs? It's vegetable juice. Like going home and saying, I'm just going to crack a V8 watching the Caps game. Like, you need to be put in an asylum. You know, the fastball heavy approach against a Mets team that is just crushing baseballs and getting no results, not just yesterday, but the whole lineup has been hitting the ball hard and had nothing to show for it, especially recently. Now you get a fastball heavy Ryan Nelson that has his struggles against lefties, and you have a lot of those guys that have been extremely unlucky that are going to see him from the left side.
Bringing in George Pickens. Surely this works out for the Dallas Cowboys. Surely bringing in another veteran here who's toxic, cancer in the locker room, a me guy. Surely that helps out this Cowboys team that already has plenty of those. Jerry Jones, my man, you did it again. What is going on, chat? Happy BTL Wednesday, episode 707 piece. As always, hold the fry, joined by your two hosts, Krabs and Jovan, presented by Bookit Sports. If you are not using Bookit Sports, what are you waiting for? Today could be a great day to go check out the best app if you're a sports bettor on the App Store or Google Play. Whatever phone you got, they've got it on your App Store. Go check it out. Bookit, the best bet tracking app out there by far. They got about 100 other features on that app. Go check it out yourself. Jovan, happy Wednesday, my man. W squad ride last night. Let's fucking go, dude. Yes.
Sure. Attitude.
Yes.
Really bad Krabs.
Yeah, hashtag attitudes. I mean, look, we did job.
They did.
We did job last night.
Tip cap to them.
Yeah. Josh Bell in the fucking graphic, I bet. That surely helped.
400-foot single.
Shout out Daniel for that one.
You was seeing him.
Man. Oh, he was seeing it great. He had a couple rockets. Ground ball to third base that cost us. Almost brought us back in that game, but great play. Yeah, had the longest single probably of the MLB season off the right center field of the wall. It was almost a home run. Next thing you know, it's a single because Josh Bell is slow as mop. It is what it is. Thought we were going to cash a Dinger Tuesday play. We'll talk about the ones that did cash, though, in a moment. We had a couple. We'll be okay. We have Canadian Goots coming in hot as well. Jovan coming in resubbing saying we need a Reese cock shot early. Yes, we do.
Would be
yes, we do.
So electric.
We certainly do.
He's a second AB merchant, though. So I'm already, anytime I bet him, I automatically move on from the first at bat.
Yep.
Literally auto.
100%. Wow, chat's gassing us up on a Wednesday afternoon. Love to hear it. Love to see it. Let me get the YouTube chat up and moving. See if you guys are being positive over there. Why don't we check out the Sharp Report recap from yesterday as well? Pretty solids. Pretty solids. Yep.
That might
had to piggyback. Had to carry yesterday.
Not just because you swept, but that might be just your most impressive work in general. Beat on table against Skeens. Beat on table plus chick, another plus chick. D-backs.
Against Strider.
Yeah, against Strider, they splooged. Shane Smith, Cy Young, incredible.
And then the game went over. But the first
they
time
go over
hit.
full game. Then most popular play, maybe of all time, Kyle Schwarber, over 5 3Ks.
Sombrero.
That's actually unreal.
Yep.
That's unreal.
Not a golden one, but just an OG sombrero. Yep.
Incredible.
And then Shane Smith, who was such a good play, got taken off before we could even give it to you.
Cy Young, though, Krabs. I'm telling you, the big two. The big two is dialed in.
Yep. Let's fucking go, chat. Let's run it back. Great day yesterday, Jovan. Not your best day, but I got a feeling you're going to bounce back today. Oh, nothing to complain about. We'll be okay. You've carried the weights plenty of late. So excited for the bounce back and excited to see what's in your card for today, my man. We got Dilly Daggers coming in hot, resubbing at the end of TMA, WTMA, W Mikey, W Joshy, getting the day started. If you guys missed TMA, you can always go back and rewatch on the YouTube. And you can watch that puppy whenever. They're talking more just sports in general than just plays. They do a little bit of both, though. So you can always go back and rewatch. That shit does not expire. Go check that out later this afternoon if you guys have some time. Okay?
Sure.
W's. What do we got in these early games? Anything in Colorado versus Miami? How about the Rockies? Let's talk about them for a second. Don't let them get hot. Might be too late. They've won 2 in a row, and they're up 1-0, Jovan. You got anything in this game? Or
got nothing in that game. Full transparency, though. Did run back exact wagers from yesterday. This Reds over. Red Sox.
Yep. A lot of Reds. You got the Reds over, and you got the Red Sox on the ML. I was too soft. I could not get involved on the Red Sox, although I do think that's probably the right side. I just really did not want to start my day with Lucas Giolito. I couldn't do it.
That's fair.
Couldn't do it. Although there should be plenty of runs in that game as well. Should be a good one. And then the over in Milwaukee and Cincy, I did run back with you. I am on the over 9 in that game. That was one of the few losses from yesterday overall that we talked about in general was that freaking over in Cincy. And Jovan had only lost because of a robbed home run by Friedel to close the game out.
Crazy.
I mean, what a play from Friedel, right? TJ Friedel in center, I believe.
Yeah.
From the Reds there. An incredible play to close it out. It would have been a home run. It would have tied the game at 4-4. We'd be going to extras probably. If not, wouldn't matter because someone's got to score and that shit would go over. So that was kind of bad luck. Let's hope the luck turns around today, Jovan. I got a good feeling about it, though.
Could be huge.
Good looking slate today.
Could be
good looking slate. Early games, afternoon games. We got some late games. Zero excuses for today.
None.
Zip. Okay. We got Max Hancock in the YouTube chat. YouTube chat. Let me shout you guys out real quick. Schwarber, less than hit run RBI. Put my future kids through college. Yeah, that was a fridge type square. Sure.
That was fridge, dude.
Such a good one. I mean, I was looking at the freaking Real app. I mean, I had the game on. I had Big Inning on, but they'd only show it, so often. It was kind of a blowout, so they weren't showing it a ton. But I was checking the app, and I was seeing everybody else in the freaking lineup getting hits every at bat. He was one of 2 guys in the starting lineup that didn't get a hit. Everybody else had multiple hits, pretty much.
I was watching them.
And then he got out every single time.
I was watching them splooge all game, and this the middle of every single rally, Schwarber strikeout.
Wow,
it was unreal.
Yep. It was almost like Francis only spent time game planning Schwarber. He said, I'm not letting this guy beat me, and didn't worry about anybody else. Maybe that's what it was, right? Jovan was so close to a day yesterday, too. Very good point, Braden Willis. Yep. I got a feeling he is cleaning up shop, sweeping today.
I was so pissed, dude. Getting the inches from that over, inches from the Red Sox, fucking around in extras.
Always sucks losing in extras, man. God damn it.
Then Acuna got robbed at the wall and still had 2 other hits. Didn't go over. That was rat piss. So, I mean, we were there. We were at the tape.
You were right there.
Didn't lick the plate clean.
No. You left plenty of food. We'll see how it plays out. I think today you'll run it back. You'll clean plate.
Yeah.
We got little Joe Puss coming in hot with a resub. Need the winners today. We got you, little Joe. We got you, my man. A couple other chats as well. I think we saw a loose Madul up and moving. Yeah, we did. Won't be on BTL tomorrow. But letting you guys know, my CFL pick for tomorrow is the Rough Riders on the ML. I'm going to need to get some eyeballs on this real quick. This is important.
Wow.
He's not going to be on here tomorrow. This is our CFL Sharp. I would love some sort of minimal sell job. I'm talking a sentence or two, Madul, just telling us about the teams, what's going on. Is this the playoffs? Give us the breakdown here if you can. Would love to get involved with some CFL action tomorrow. Take the edge off until we get to the weekend, so then we can bet on the PLL. Obviously, take the edge off there. So that sounds like a recipe for success, right?
You know what else hit last night? The A's over. 20-10 now in Sacramento. 20-10.
I took it again last night. I'm starting to just do what you do and just take it every fucking game where they're at home blindly.
That's what I'm saying.
Are we going to start seeing cores totals there probably consistently? You're going to start seeing 10.5s and 11s. We haven't gotten there yet.
Now it's a little more difficult for them to do that because they can't. I mean, they can hit. It's not like they're losing because they're not hitting, but they're on this horrid streak. So it's like you can't really price their offense that much higher.
Pax picks. That's also a crazy chat. He's saying he's seeing Christian Campbell minus 120 on the Blue Book for a run. Hasn't scored 1 in 14 games, but he's a demon.
Don't do the Blue Book.
He's a demon on Prize Picks.
Every Blue Book price is like triple the price of anywhere else. So they don't
just
go
making
off of
props super juicy.
Yeah. So like if you go on the Green Book and you see something that's minus 105, like for bases, you'll go on Green Book and it'll be minus 140. It's the same thing for pretty much everything. So I haven't looked on what Green Book is for that, but I would assume it's probably plus chick if it's a demon there, because that's what they go off of.
Okay. We got Ian 228488 coming in hot, resubbing as well. Let's have a day squad. Yes, sir, Ian. Why not us, bro? Appreciate you coming in, resubbing for 32 months. Jeesh. All right, what else were we doing here? We got a lot going on. That's okay. Wouldn't have it any other way. Ottawa Red Blacks versus the Saskatchewan Rough Riders, Jovan. I'm assuming this is regular season. I feel like you would have told me on the books if it was.
Yesterday, he said a chat like CFL season starts tomorrow, so today. So I think it's the start of the season. I think it's week 1.
It might just be week 1.
Yeah.
Okay. And here's the sell job. Rough Riders return all starters. The Red Blacks, they get all their starters back, and then we'll be deeper with additions defensively. I'll be boots on ground, and the Rough Riders are going to be contending for a championship. Okay. Game 1. Looks like they're minus 180. Got to lay some juice. But they are that minus 3.5 that in football nobody ever wants to lay. Could be the difference, Jovan. Who wants to lay a minus 3.5? Plus 3.5 is like one of those trap lines. They're giving you the field goal. They're giving you the hook. They're setting you up real nice, right? You got a nice little spot for you, right, for the night. Yeah, that sounds like a winner to me. And I'll be laying the juice.
Rough Riders quarterback, still my guy Trevor Harris, Madul. Got to know because he's goated. He's actually goated.
100 bonus points of Krabs. If he can find Saskatchewan on a map, I'll just go ahead and respectfully decline. Save myself the embarrassment. If there's one thing I'm not good at, it's directions and maps. Certainly. And also sometimes technology will get the best of me too. Yep. This might be my biggest weaknesses, folks. We got team comeback in the YouTube. Will the boys be in New York for the Belmont this weekend? No, but let me know if you got a horse that's winning that shit. Goots, you as well. Get in the lab this weekend. We got time now. Jacob 2K in the YouTube chat saying my best friend plays for the Red Blacks. Wow. Okay.
Let's go.
We got some connections here. We got some ties to the CFL. Sure. ML making a bozo pack, but they win. Harris is the QB. Yes. Trevor Harris is back.
Let's go.
Okay. All right. Let's keep moving and grooving. That's enough CFL talk for one day. But yes, go ahead and bookmark that puppy. We might need the Rough Riders tomorrow. Maybe we pair that with a college baseball play for the weekend. Get weird.
Yeah, could need that.
All right, let's keep moving and grooving. We got one more thing to recap, I believe. It was Dinger Tuesday. And shout out my dumb ass for talking about Christian Walker on every show yesterday, saying he was going to hit a nuke and then not putting it in the fucking Dinger Tuesday plays, not betting it. I should have had 2 green home run plays yesterday, but we'll take one.
Shit, you could have
W1
3
Soto.
if Josh Bell pushed that shit up about 10 more inches.
Yeah, that would have been nice. We got a first-time chatter in the Twitch here, Jug King Huncho, saying, shout out Jovan. He won me a plus 2,000 parlay. Let's fucking go, Jovan.
Let's go, Jug.
Atta boy.
Shout out,
Let's
Jug.
go, Jug. Let's go, Jovan. Sure we can. Baker said, yo, I had Soto and Stevenson in a 2-teamer plus 19 hundo. Holy fuck.
Surge.
Wow, Baker.
Surge.
That's called picking and choosing the fucking right squares, the right plays. That's called making some serious coins. Wow. We might need to utilize him to pick our winners and cut our cards down. Jeez. He's seeing green. All right. None of this matters because the greatest softball player plays for the Natty. Yeah, there's some softball squares up on Prize Picks, so no cap. If you guys have any winners on there, let me know. I do not discriminate. I would love to get involved in the Women's College World Series. Women's and men's when those squares come up, of course, right? But I would certainly like to get involved. Get some softball squares up and moving. Dudes, if we have time, we might have to peep those later. Keep that back pocket. We might need it. Okay? All right, let's keep moving and grooving. I want to get to today's winners. You guys are just going to be so excited, ecstatic, if you will, to see the plays that we have up on the Sharp Report today, specifically my first play. So let's go ahead and just rip the Band-Aid off. Let's get right to it. I cannot resist. I cannot wait anymore. I've been so good. And the Nats have been so good. But after back-to-back losses, Jovan, I simply cannot resist. It's Mackenzie Gore Day, my man. I know he's got that weird strikeout square. I get it. Look, it's low for a reason. The Cubs don't strike out. They don't. They put the ball in play. And that's what they're going to do today, but they're going to get shitty contact. And that's what's going to happen here. I'll take Mackenzie Gore and the Nats in a bounce-back spot after getting punched in the mouth last night in another just auto loss when Trevor Williams goes out there. I said this earlier, guys, and I mean it, I think, after thinking about it. Trevor Williams might be worse than Patrick Corbin. At least Patty
really
C would give you 6. Right? At least Patty C would eat up the innings, and he'd give you 6. Trevor Williams, you're lucky to get through the 4th inning. He got yanked in the 4th last night. Oh, or maybe early in the 5th. I forget. Either way, I mean, he gave up 4 runs. He was terrible. Absolutely terrible. But tonight, a little bit of a different story after we cashed on the over last night for the squad rides. I think today's more of an under-type game. And I know Matthew Boyd's a lefty, but he's a soft-throwing lefty. I think we can get to him today. I think the Nats bats get up and moving. I wouldn't be surprised to see some lineup changes. Maybe we see Ahmed Rosario getting up and moving against a lefty. Could be the difference. Your guy, right?
Yeah.
We might need him against a lefty today. But I'll take the Nats, who opened up plus 115. They moved to like plus 120-ish, late last night and this morning. And then now, they're back to the opener at plus 115. And I wouldn't be shocked to see if they close even shorter dogs. Great sign seeing the barely dogs in this game against one of the best teams in baseball, the Chicago Cubs, who just spanked us last night. Well, if the Nats have one thing, it's grit, it's heart, and they're going to bounce back today, and they're going to take that loss last night personally. They're going to show up. They're going to show out. Their young guys are going to get going, and we're going to beat them at their own game like we tried to do early on in that game last night where we took the lead. We were stealing bases. It was working. But at the end of the day, if you have Trevor Williams on the bump, you can't win. Today, different story. We got our ace on the bump. It changes everything confidence-wise. We go out there and get a fucking win. Hashtag Natitude. I mean, really, that's the whole sell job right there. Hashtag fucking Natitude. It's that simple.
Natitude. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't with you today, Krabs. They're winning the ball game. They're absolutely winning the ball game. Especially because the lineup yesterday, like Kyle Tucker-less lineup it worked out because it was Trevor Williams. They were so aggressive, probably more aggressive than they should have been, which is why Trevor looked dialed in for a second early before it all fell apart. And you do that against Mackenzie Gore. Obviously, you're going to come in with a little different of an approach, but I think the Cubs' numbers against lefties starting to trickle down is no accident. And now you get one of the better ones, or some could argue the best one in all of baseball right now, maybe tied with Crochet or right behind Crochet. So I think this is where it falls apart. I think the Nats offense wakes up here too. This is like the Boyd is a weird pitcher. He's been so good, but he's also had the best matchups in all of baseball. So I don't know if that falls apart today. I kind of think it does.
I hope so, man. It looks like a clean first inning in Cincy. I have to move on from that over.
It's always second time through.
I mean, we got dueling perfect games.
Good.
We got two simultaneous perfect games going on right now. Same time, two perfect games in Cincy. Unbelievable. Maybe they were only through one inning, sure, but two perfect games. Shit. The cleanest inning of all time, Jovan.
Yep.
I'm chalking it. I'm moving on. Cleanest of all time.
There were so many hard hit balls off Abbott.
I'm talking Mr. Clean.
Okay.
Mr. Clean type clean.
Okay.
All right, let's move on from my plays. Let's move on to Javon's. I want to see his first straight bet of the day today. How about a team total? Sure.
Yeah. Team total in Toronto after best bet of the day. I think it was Mikey that had this yesterday on the platter, and he was circling the wagons. The best bet of the day was fading Bowden Francis with the Phillies team total yesterday.
Yep.
I'm doing the opposite against Mick Abel, who looked absolutely dialed in, but you can't forget the team he was facing, one of the worst offenses in baseball on his first start. But he's like essentially right now a two-pitch pitcher, which against a team like the Jays, who does not strike out very much, they're a very patient team. They're very dialed in with their approach. That's not a good recipe for success, and I think this is where it falls apart, especially because a lot of these guys, I guess, match up specifically really well against both of those pitches. Like he's a fastball, curveball guy, mixes in the slider a little bit. There's no sinker, there's no two-seam, there's no none of that he employs super, super heavily. So that's bad. Like that's great news for Bo Bichette. It's great news for like really the entire lineup. But like Bo Bichette, even like Addison Barger, who's seen beach balls. I would love to target one of these guys, but I'm horrific at picking out which J it's going to be when I'm betting on them. So didn't even try to do that individually, but I think there are a lot of guys that set up really, really well. I think you get a similar type explosion, maybe not with the home runs because Mick Abel doesn't have that Bowden Francis home run per nine power in him necessarily, but I think you get an early splooge out of the Jays right out of the gate.
How about an early strikeout for Rhys Hoskins?
I'm telling you, Krabs, never first at bat. Never is.
Maybe it's a good thing.
I know. He like just has to see one. I don't know. I don't know if he like he has to get settled in or what it is. That.
Billy thinks it's a good thing. Yep.
Sure.
I think Barrios gets touched up too. Hoffy, I'm with you, bro. That's what I brought up earlier. I like the over in the game. But after that sell job, I will be tailing Javon's team total back in the Blue Jays, excuse me. Team total over 4.5. I am in. Love the play, love the sell job. Sure. All right. McAble may have 10 Ks today. He's him.
I wonder who that guy's a fan of.
Could probably take a pretty good guess. And I would recommend our guy Gabe in the chats to maybe go check out McAble's earned runs allowed square. Oh, as Abbott gets another strikeout, another perfect, clean inning. Did I make myself clear? Perfect. Through 2 innings. Perfect. Oh, brutal. Curry of Pounds, good to see you lurking in the YouTube, my man. And yes, Mackenzie Gore ML. Sure. Baby Bangaliers, over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs.
Bangaliers, Hibbies.
Been struggling past 2 games, but it's in the genes. Okay. Love seeing Giants ML and Astros Pirates over, Jovan. Yep. We will circle back to those puppies. I'm liking those plays as well. Gates swinging around. I got another straight bet for the peeps. We will come back to those. Give me the Cards on the money line. Oy, oy, oy. Let me get the Cards. Nasty, nasty play. And they're getting some line respect here. But seeing the Cardinals, seeing Mikolas, who I know he got rocked in that last game, but before that, he really did settle in after a poor start to the season. Seeing this team at minus 125 against the Royals after what the Royals did last night and how good the Royals have looked of late, to be honest with you, and how good this Noah Cameron guy has been not only of late, but just this entire season. The guy's got a 1 ERA. I don't know what the hell the Royals pitching lab is doing, but it's working, and they should keep doing it because they got another stud lefty in Noah Cameron here. But Jovan, today, it's looking like he might be in for his worst start maybe of the season on the road against the veteran lineup in St. Louis. And he's got a juicy over 2.5 earned runs allowed square on Prize Picks as well. It looks like one of the freest less thans on the boards. Well, I've already got that square locked into a lineup myself. And I'll tell you right now, the Cards are going to strike early, often in this game, and they're going to get their lick back after blowing that game last night with that crazy comeback for the Royals. Always love fading that team the next day. And today, that's the Cardinals on the ML, barely a favorite.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you. Something has to give here because both these guys pitched absolute gems against them. I think it was like a week ago, maybe just over last week when they flipped locations and played the same series. And
Yep.
Cardinals haven't been as good against lefties as they were like the beginning of the season. They're still seeing him pretty well, and he got really, really fortunate in that start too. There were a lot of hard hit balls that didn't result in anything, which especially towards like the end of his outing, they were getting drilled. So I would not be surprised if this is the first Noah Cameron doesn't look like Cy Young start.
It's looking like it on Prize Picks. So if it comes to fruition, I also like the over in that game kind of, but ended up going with the ML for the home team, backing that narrative of them blowing that game last night. I think they lock back in tonight. All right. Let's see what else you're cooking up over there. Let's go back to your plays that the people are loving in the chat. How about an over in Houston and Pittsburgh after that snooze fest last night?
Yeah, after that snooze fest, always inclined to back runs the next day, but especially like I guess I'm more so look at this when it's in Houston because it's a lot more weird to see like a 9 total or anything higher than that, God forbid, in Houston. But it's starting to become that way with the Pirates too, with certain matchups, and when both of them are kind of combined here, seems really odd to me. Like obviously, this is not the pitching matchup we got yesterday. It's not anything relatively close. Gusto is a guy I kind of like, but he's been getting touched up the last couple starts and hasn't really been stretched out too much either. Like the Rays got to him. He wasn't super efficient. I don't even think he made it through 4 in that start where he gave up a couple, and then he was struggling against the Mariners too. But I think this is a spot where he gets hit again. I think this is kind of the trajectory he's on against this Pirates lineup that, again, like as bad as they are, they're super patient. And that's exactly the same approach that the Rays took against him, where, I don't know, they were letting him nibble, letting him try and get chases, and they weren't biting. And as soon as he hit it or threw it in the strike zone, middle of the zone with a fastball, they crushed it. So that's the only thing the Pirates as an offense are really able to do well outside of like O'Neal Cruz. So I would not be shocked if this is another really bad Gusto start, but Mike Burrows is also just a really bad arm, Krabs. Really bad. It's one of those Pirates prospect. I think we talked about it the first time he was up. I forget if this was like Dinger Tuesday or something, but it was against the I think this was the Corbin Carroll 2.5 HRR day where he hit a leadoff nuke. But he's another one of those like Pirates arms that are for whatever reason rated high in the farm system, but in reality they're not very good. He's going to struggle against lefties, which it's the Astros, so it's not like their biggest bats are from that point. But when you're very predictable with your pitch mix, just like he was, I was talking about this with Corbin Carroll, for guys like that who are struggling, and you have veteran guys who are very used to taking like a dead red approach, Altuve, Paredes, and guys like that, that's a problem. So like runs are going to come, and that's why I think we're seeing, I don't know, 8.5 up to 9, and I guess it's climbing even higher now in this dog shit game between dog shit offenses.
Like the over, and maybe Burrows is just that bad. He had a weird earned run square up there earlier today. Now the over's so juicy it's taken off, but he might be one of those guys you don't even want to try to get cheeky with. He might just be that bad, and maybe he gets mucked up again today by Houston. I thought about playing Houston on the run line today, and I typically don't take teams on the run line, but I feel like that's a good sign for your over, at least in this game, and maybe I'll just climb aboard and tail that play and back both pitchers to get mucked up here a little bit. That's a pretty high total after yesterday, even with these pitchers.
I think Burrows is their next Mlodzinski, which it's not like it's a project gone wrong because Burrows is actually a starter, but same, like he was sharp to get, I don't know, some form of positive regression for 5 or 6 starts. Never really came because he's just that bad. I think it's the same path here.
Nats at home, Krabs, or what? Yes, easy Jari. Yes. And do I like Gorkay? Burnat's asking. No, I don't today. Cubs don't strike out much. They'll probably put the ball in play, get some weak contact, probably draw some walks. It probably won't be his longest start, but I think he goes out there and shoves for the innings that he's in there. And then we hold our breath with the Nats bullpen. But hey, after we got rid of Lopez, I feel like we got the weirdos all out of the bullpen now. So we'll see. We'll see.
They've been somewhat better,
I
guess.
I hope my guy Cole Henry can go back today and pitch.
I feel like for every Nats bullpen outing, I see like one guy get drilled and give up a couple runs, and the rest of them are just shut down the rest of the game.
Cards game might get rained out. That would suck, Jeff. That would suck.
So we're locking in that game to be played. So
unless you're a licensed meteorologist, I really don't want to hear it.
What was the game yesterday?
Okay. Unless you are literally in front of a green screen pointing at it, telling people what's going on with the weather. I don't really want to hear the reports. I don't. Krabs, are you on the over in the Reds game? Yes, Dr. Porkchop. Unfortunately, I am. And that might end up being worst play of the year. That could be the first ever dueling perfect game. People are saying. I'll say it again. I've said it before. That could be the first ever perfect game two-piece in the same game. That certainly never happens. Doing everything I can to jinx it, Jovan. Everything I can. Leaving it all out there on the field. Okay?
Love that.
Swinging around, Goots. I got one more straight bet for the peeps. And they want to hear about it. Yep, I did lock in. This one's going to be a tough pivot, too, when we get to the Prize Pick Squares. But stick with me, guys. I did lock in the Oilers to win the series. I'm going to be riding that puppy the entire series. I locked it in for a unit, okay? But tonight, I'm not taking the Oilers. And again, tonight I wouldn't be shocked, honestly, if they lose, which is crazy to fucking say because most people would just say, well, why don't you just wait to take the future until they lose game one? Well, I'm not willing to risk it, and I'm not that confident. Again, I'm more confident actually in this under in this game today. And I think the Panthers defense does show up with their return to the Stanley Cup after they won it last year. And I wouldn't be shocked if the best offense, debatably the best offense in hockey, or at least the best one in the postseason, actually gets stunted a little bit here by the Panthers in a bright lights game on their home floor, home arena, right? This one could be a little bit too bright for a Canadian team who, again, they have not won a cup in like 30 years. It's crazy. This could be where the lights actually are too bright. And then we see McDavid, Draisaitl, and co. lock in for the rest of the series. But we've seen this with the Panthers already, Jovan. They've been game one heroes. Even on the road, it hasn't mattered. This team's been legit. Would not be shocked to see them win this game. So I'm going to stay off them here in game one on sides, the Oilers. Instead, I'll go with the under. If I think the Panthers might have an advantage in game one, I will go ahead and lock in this under because the Panthers are going to have to win this game or keep it close with their defense. Best defense on the ice. I'll lock in this under. It's at 6 some places, 6.5, depends on where you're looking. I'll take the 6.5, but I like the 6 as well. I think it's going to be a snooze fest, and I'm always down for a game one under in any sort of championship, even if that means fading the Oilers offense.
Yeah, I'm with you. I do think, like, in my head, they would want to start fast, obviously, not just because it's a Stanley Cup game on at home, but you got to avoid digging yourself a hole against the Panthers. I'm just not so sure they're willing to go all out offensively. They kind of want to feel it out and see exactly what they can do line-wise, especially now that they're a little hurt. So I don't mind this under at all, and I'm with you. The Oilers are winning this series, but game one, it's like I hate fading the Panthers in game one on the road because it's like their personal challenge to go and punch a team in the mouth on the road in game one. So I'd not be shocked if, just like I guess the whole outset of the playoffs, the Oilers get punched in the mouth early and then fight their way back in the series, just like Skinner did, to open the playoffs against the Kings. And look how that turned out to this point. So I'm with you.
Okay. Big Cheesy asking the important questions in the Twitch chat. Is there a thing as a licensed meteorologist that has to be the easiest job? You can get the weather wrong and just go to work the next day. Yeah, dude, why do meteorologists, they have lower expectations than freaking cappers or people placing bets? You got to go like 55, 60% to get some respect in this spot, in this industry. Meteorologists are like 25%.
Or if they made meteorologists drop recaps, dude.
Dude, if they had to do recaps, meteorologists, they'd be toast. They'd be getting fired left and right like the fucking Orioles managers. They'd be getting canned all over the place. Oh, sorry, Goots. I had to sneak that one in there because I saw you talking about it. I saw Goots talking about Brandon Hyde in the fucking chat. So it's already in my brain. It's fresh.
I was saying that no one needs to say his name anymore ever again. So
I think that made me want to say it.
Yeah, just move. Also, all-star voting started today, so vote Jackson.
And there it is. Everybody go and vote for James Wood, please. Okay?
James fucking.
Yeah, I'm not getting the whole meteorologist type thing. And no disrespect if anybody in here is a licensed meteorologist. I'd honestly love to hear from you. No disrespect. But you got very, very low expectations, to be honest with you. You only got to go 30%, and your job is secure. They are wrong more often than they're right, at least by me. Maybe it's just based, by location, but they are wrong 6 times out of 10, at least.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, hitting 400, that gets you MVPs.
That is Hall of Fame numbers.
Yeah,
you're not wrong.
That's Judge numbers.
Maybe it's that hard. It can't be, dude. You look at a map and you fucking point at a green screen. Give me a break.
Well, yeah, so those are the fake meteorologists, though. Those are just the news anchor people.
I know you're talking about people behind the scenes getting in the fucking weeds.
I feel like there's actually like people that get in the weeds and
There's got to be
behind
some
the
science
scenes
to
that are locked
shit.
in. Yeah.
Yep.
I feel like
Well, they gotta
they
step
do
their game up.
they do the dirty work, and the faces up there are just saying it.
Yeah, and they're taking all the blame when it's actually the people behind the scenes who maybe deserve a finger point.
Yeah.
It's those people who need to step up.
I got
Crunch
no
the numbers a little
warning.
bit better.
Literally no warning yesterday. It was like middle of the night. I guess not middle of the night. Probably like close to midnight yesterday. I just turned into prime Katrina outside. I was like, where did this come from? Started hearing the wind whipping. I thought we were in a fucking tornado, dude. It was unbelievable. No warning. Just started.
Again, like they got one job. It's letting you know when there's a fucking tornado happening, and they can't even do that. What are we doing?
Crazy.
Looks like we got a double from the Brew Crew here.
Sure.
As soon as somebody in the chat says that Abbott looks like prime Max Scherzer, immediate double from Terang. Okay.
Love that.
Bring him home. Bring him
2 outs
home,
out.
please. There's 2 outs.
2 outs. Monasterio leadoff was a choice from the Brewers.
Yeah, dude. What's good with their lineup? Where's Contreras?
Hell of a choice.
No wonder why that total dropped a little bit, or at least the odds shifted towards the under before the game with no Contreras, bro. What are we doing?
That's what I knew. I mean, obviously was super confident in it, period. But the Nats total yesterday, I didn't know if Kyle Tucker was for sure not going to play or not, and he got ruled out of the lineup. Total started inching its way up. I was like, oh, yeah,
yep.
Cubs are about to splooge.
Dude, super weird. Yeah, we didn't even talk about that much yesterday. No Tucker. That total was still moving up.
Yeah.
Crazy. Satan for press in the Twitch chat. BTL boys been so dialed. Thank you for feeding winners. W chat, W vibes. Sure. Looks like we got a 1-2 count for Monasterio here against Abbott.
Monasterio's just really bad. Really bad. He's
fighting for his life. Foul ball. Goots firstborn named Gunnar Adley Goots, -500. Okay. W YouTube chat from Lucas Har. Sure.
Would it be Gunnar Adley Goots or would it be Jackson Kobe Goots?
No, it's Lamar. Jackson Lamar Hall. There we go.
Jackson Lamar. He's unbelievable.
Goots, you're telling me your name and your first kid, Lamar.
It's middle name.
Okay.
Why not?
Jackson, that's crazy because Jackson first name has like Baltimore slurpage double entendre.
You can
Jackson
name
Holiday
one,
and
first
Lamar
one
Jackson.
Lamar, the second one Jackson. It could be Jackson Holiday. It could be Lamar Jackson. It could be tied to the first brother Lamar.
Could be.
You got a lot of connections there.
Lots. Could also name him Wacko for Flacco or something like that, you know?
Yeah.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
Why not?
Because that's not a name. That's a sentence.
I mean,
And play runs from Monasterio.
Okay.
And play runs.
Roop Goots.
Roop Goot. I do love Landon Roop.
Landon Roop Goots.
Another quality start.
Take back the Monasterio slander.
Last night.
Do we have a Monasterio base knock? Let's fucking go. You better get on second, Monasterio. You're fucking leadoff.
Nope.
How about a single?
How
about a single for the leadoff hitter? They might as well have Fat Bastard hitting leadoff if you got a guy who can't stretch that into a fucking double. Dude, you're batting leadoff. Get those legs moving and grooving. I know, it was a good play.
Wow, immediate single. Gets the third on that one, Krabs.
Another single? Thank you for spoiling. I appreciate it.
Dude, I've already seen it.
Thank you for real app watching.
I'm watching the game. I'm on MLB TV.
You fucking subscribe to Cincinnati's TV channels?
No, I'm actually on the Brewers broadcast right now. They're goated.
Well, maybe that's what I'm fucking up. Golly, Jovan is in Cincy already.
Imagine we get a walk here. Yeah, second time through Big Cheesy. It's always, I mean, it's honestly the whole Brewers lineup at this point. Never I need them to splooge. It's always second time through if they actually do it.
They're not splooging, man.
Dude, Yelich has been seeing beach balls. This is a guaranteed out.
They're not splooging.
Guaranteed out.
Yeah, and somehow I was just so far in the fucking past. I had to fast forward there. All right, we're back. Maybe that was the problem.
That could be the problem, Krabs.
That could have been it. Maybe I was actually watching in the past, and it wasn't you in the future.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
I purposely made the switch off of Real App to the actual game to make sure we were on same timing here.
I appreciate that. Coop, you're not wrong. You're not wrong, Coop.
When the
It's
Nats
because I'm
win the
never real
series,
app.
you could upgrade the internet.
Never real app watching. You know? Come on. First and third, 2 outs. Would love a splooge here. Can we get one, please? Can we get one, please? Yelich, one of the hotter hitters in baseball. He's been doing job. Let's see if he can do job here. Come on.
No way he does job here.
Bondoto.
He ain't seeing him.
Give me a blue fire flame emoji, please.
He ain't seeing him.
Please. He ain't seeing shit. All right, swing it around to your straight bets. Because if we watch this, there's no shot he gets a hit. So let's move on.
Yeah,
Let's
probably
go ahead and
not.
chalk it. I want to hear about the Giants.
Yeah, the Giants up against Kyle Harrison. This series has been, I mean, I would say even less watchable than Rockies Marlins so far. You had that absolute snooze fest in game 1, followed by yesterday, which was not any better. So, I mean, if you like pitching, great. You're absolutely splooging to the series. But if you don't, you are bored out of your fucking mind. And I don't think it's going to be that much different today. Like, I'm not a big Kyle Harrison fan necessarily, but a lot of the reason for that is because he relies on Chase a lot. And the Padres offense right now is not just cold, not just not seeing lefties like all that well, but they're also chasing a ton, which is irregular for a lineup that like doesn't strike out very much. And their numbers haven't like ticked up too far from that. It's not like they're turning into the worst strikeout team in the league. They're still like second lowest against lefties, but I think it's a big difference. Like this is one of those Kyle Harrison starts that I think could actually work for him. So I think he pitches well. I think they avoid the sweep, and Pivetta, I think too, has maybe a little bit of a rougher start against the Giants lineup that's very boom or bust. When Pivetta faces those teams, those are the teams he gives up a lot of extra base hits against. So we see those really bad starts. So I know their offense hasn't been great as of late, but today I think you see some runs out of them. So I'm going with the Giants to avoid the 3-piece.
Is Kyle Harrison back?
No.
People are saying he might be.
No. Today, though.
Stats look good on the surface, at least.
Yeah. I mean, I guess. Like,
Pavetta's been so good, too, man. Pavetta's a guy who we haven't really talked about much this year, but another sneaky guy who's just really hard to fade. So you got some stones fading Mr. Pivetta, who's been fucking nails this whole year pretty much.
Yeah.
Another guy due for some regression, though.
Yep.
Like the play. See if they can avoid the sweep against the Pods, who are sneaky 10 games over 500 again after a rough stretch. Starting to figure it out again. And also, we have not talked about Fernando Tatis in what feels like 3 weeks. I'll say it.
Yeah, he's slowed down big time. He was really bad like the whole month of May. Really bad.
Terrible.
Really bad. Got to pick it up again.
See, way too many. Stats are worse than Jose Tennis.
Way too many 1-for-4s every single day. Literally seeing marbles.
Stats are worse than Jose Tena. I looked them up. They're worse.
Jose Tena.
Unacceptable. Unacceptable. Okay. Hoping these jinxes can maybe get him going here.
Start of June. Well, I don't want that right now. What are we doing?
Well, maybe not today. Good point.
You can't walk it back now. We crossed that bridge.
Okay. All right. That's all me. Well, he has been dog shit.
Yeah.
Just stating facts.
I know.
We can move on.
I know.
All right.
We can wait 24
Giants
hours before we beat that one to a pulp, though.
You're right.
We see a leadoff tank so out on Krabs.
You're right. Hey, let me gas up Pivetta, though, a little bit more than here, and we'll move on. Pavetta's been so good. So good. No chance he gets mucked up today, right? No shot. All right. Let's look at some prize pick squares. Let's take a peep at them. And, yep, feast your eyes. Eric goes, see ya. Probably some home runs from Alpha K. Povich later. But
Krabs, man.
Two crazy-looking squares. Yep. I got the Oilers to win the series. Tweeted that one out earlier today. Locked that puppy in. I've got the under in the game.
Hours.
Yep.
Within like 4 hours, we're posting Oilers to win the series and taking Connor McDavid less than points.
I'm going to say what I said yesterday. Went 5-0 yesterday. I'm giving you green squares. I don't give a fuck who it is. I don't care what team he's on. I don't care what sport it is. I don't care if you got to scroll until your fucking finger falls off on the Prize Picks app. I don't give a hoot. I don't. Green squares. That's all I give a hoot about. And here's 2 right here up on the screen. Connor McDavid, less than 1.5 points. Juicy to the under. The guy's been a 2-point machine. Call him John Wall from the mid-range. 2-point machine. Connor McDavid. He's been dropping 2 points every game. Dude's him. It's fucking Connor McDavid. Best player on the ice tonight, right? Not wrong. All facts. Well, tonight I want to fade him. Goes hand in hand. A perfect complement to the under in the game. Like a nice cheese with a fine wine, Jovan. Connor McDavid, less than 1.5 points with the under in the game. That's a 2-0 card, if I've ever seen one. Maybe the Oilers don't win tonight. Maybe I don't get 3. Be shocked if I do. Starting to feel like maybe a 2-1 type of night here in this game. But I'll take my McDavid less than 1.5 points. Juicy to the under when he's been splooging 2 points every game. In a game I'm loving the under in a game I wouldn't be shocked to see the Panthers defense actually show up. Probably the most in any game this series. And then we see the Oilers pull away late when they get some confidence, some momentum, some mojo after a Game 2 win is what I'm predicting. Give me McDavid less than 1.5 points. Looks like the freest square on the board on the ice, and I will be fading. Give me the less than.
Yeah, I'm giving you shit, but I think this feels like a Schwarber square.
100%.
So as much as I'm
100%
rooting for the Oilers, think they win the series. Don't know if they win this game, but obviously rooting for it for Stanley Cup. But with you on the under, and that could only mean a couple different things.
Yeah. Under kind of pairs with the Panthers on the ML, like I've been talking about, which scares me. So, yeah, it is a crazy move. Most people probably wouldn't be locking this in with the under, with also taking the Oilers in the series. But you know what's going to happen if I wait to place that series bet? You're going to get a 6-0 win. 6-0 win from the Oilers tonight, or 7-0 win. Sorry. Game goes over and McDavid scores 3 points. Right. That's exactly what's going to happen. So I'm okay going 2-1 here. And then we see the Oilers splooge later on the series. Yeah. Sounds like a recipe for success. Okay. And then Povich. This one I might not be able to sell you on, but I cannot resist. Super juicy to the under. Looks like we got some foot traffic from the Reds as well. Correct me if I'm wrong, or if that's a replay, but let me know in the chat. Jovan, Cade Povich, I simply can't resist. We do have a double and a man on second W in that Cincy game, but don't let the O's get hot. It might be too late. W. Goots as well, not talking about the O's the entire show today, just a couple times, but I know he's excited and he should be. And by the way, I'm starting to see some minus signs next to the O's on the ML. And although we know the O's, that might not be a good thing for them. That is overall a good thing, seeing them catch even more steam when they opened up plus 115 in the spots. Now Povich is getting a minus sign next to him. Are you kidding me? Against Hancock, who, like Jovan said earlier to me, besides that one bad start, he's been fucking Cy Young up there on the bump. He has been. He's been great for this Mariners team. Certainly helps when you're in a pitcher's park. Yes, I'm worried about the total sitting up at 8.5, but these guys do have a combined ERA of 11, and they get no respect around these parts. And the O's bats have been alive. And the Mariners bats have been alive besides the last week. Before that, they were one of the hotter teams in baseball. So maybe that's why the total's creeping up a little bit higher, but I'll go ahead and lean with the O's, and I'll lean with the less than 2.5 earned runs allowed for Cade Povich, who I think goes out there and at least limits the success for this Mariners team that's starting to cool off against lefties. And maybe that's the difference, putting Cal Raleigh up there on the right sides. Could be, honestly, a limited home run there, and he's been pretty much the entire offense. So I'll take my chances with Cade Povich with a super, super juicy earned runs allowed on the books. Was surprised to see it. Honestly, thought it'd be flipped. Great sign for Povich, great sign for the O's. And if I didn't have them banned, I'd probably have them on the ML as well. I'll say. I think they stay hot. I do.
Orioles making the card.
They're not on the card, but they were fucking close. And yeah, they're kind of on the card here a little bit.
They're pretty much on the card.
They're pretty much kind of on the card.
Yeah.
They're kind of on the card. I think they win again today, too. I think they win 5 in a row. I do. I do. Ride the streak. It's baseball. Cade Povich shots.
I respect it.
Look, I like this Cade Povich kid. I've liked him all year. Taken him multiple times. Typically lose coin. He owes me some. I think he gets some of that back tonight. I do. I don't know how much longer the square will be up there, too, looking at the odds. So yeah. I will lock it in, and I will drop the link for chat while Jovan goes over his squares. Certainly. Let's hear him. Drop him.
Mick Abel, the guy that, or whoever was in chat, saying he might get 10 Ks today. He looked great against the Pirates. Hang the banner. And he's not a shit major league arm, but today against the Blue Jays, being a mainly 2-pitch pitcher, I do not think is going to work out very well for him, especially because a lot of things he did really well against the Pirates was, I mean, the command was great, but a lot of it was in the strike zone, which, again, if you're facing the Pirates, that's cool because that's an offense that can't hurt you. The Blue Jays, a team that is very good at making contact in the zone, very aggressive when you pitch them in the zone, but they're also very patient. So if you pitch them outside of the zone, they're not going to swing, and you can't really get much chase out of it. So, like, again, that works against the Pirates. I do not think that's going to work against the Blue Jays today. And I think the Blue Jays are going to come out hot, just like we saw them, I guess, give up on the other side yesterday. So I will be fading, and then I will be taking my talents to an actual dog meat pitcher that's on the mound, and that would be Kumar Rocker, who's coming back after injury for the first time today. Gets to face the Rays. Super excited for that. I think that game will get really, really weird, but I don't think it's going to be because of really good pitching. Bass has been awful too, which is a different discussion. So wouldn't be surprised if there runs in that game, but one of the guys that I guess it seems ever since he's come back to always be in the RBI spot, possibly like partially because of where he sits in the lineup. He's usually hitting behind Junior in like the 5 spot, but Jake Mangum, who's also he's a part of like the group that does not strike out in the Rays lineup. So he's always like a super tough out. So for like a guy like Kumar, who I do think has like a decent strikeout ceiling against a lot of the lineup, to be honest with you, which could be the one point where he like figures out some success. I don't think you're going to see it against Jake Mangum, who, again, like he's probably hitting behind Junior and Brandon Lau, who like Junior, if you're smart, walk him at this point, set the platter for Mangum, which would be cute. But he's the guy that is just such a tough out, and he loves to hit the ball the opposite way. Kumar loves to backdoor like a lot to lefties, which doesn't work, and that's the reason why he's gotten hit up so much, but he's really bad against lefties in general. So like you'll see Mangum from both sides, but against Kumar, he'll be hitting lefty. So I love his spot today. He's also, I mean, he's got the same HRR odds as Junior, which Junior's seeing absolute beach balls right now. So that probably sounds the alarm a little bit.
Interesting. Makes me feel a little bit better about looking at the chart. Sure.
Yeah.
He's not the best guy, so
he's only been back for like a week.
Good point. This is the guy they called up to send down Chandler Simpson.
Yeah, that did happen.
I know I texted you about it. My buddy who I was with, this is when I was up there in New York, and he has him on his fantasy team. He was bummed out. Your guy got sent back down. Do you think, and after it's been like a week or so, do you think this is a long-term thing? Are they sending him back down there to work on his defense? Are we going to see Chandler Simpson here again soon? What are your thoughts
so they
there?
said like it wasn't going to do anything for Chandler because I think they want him to get regular ABs and work on his defense. So like it wouldn't do anything because he wouldn't be playing every day in like this current state of the lineup because they want Mangum playing. So they just want him to get consistent ABs. So like, I mean, I hate to say it, but looking at the outfield, even if Morel stays for whatever reason, like somebody's going to get hurt. All of them are really injury prone. So he'll be back pretty soon. So it'll be fine. I don't know why. It's just breaks up the team, but it is what it is.
I mean, when are we going to talk about that they put the wrong guy on the cover of MLB The Show?
Dude.
They put the wrong shortstop on the cover.
Dude.
When are they going to start talking about it? I'll start the convo if need be.
Should have been CJ Abrams.
What do you mean?
Yeah, it should have been.
They put the wrong shortstop on the cover.
I'm talking about Ellie Goods. Pipe down over there. I'm not talking about yours.
Make sure.
Talk about the other one's also dog meat. Don't forget.
Ellie's hitting 259. I'd love to know his batting average with runners in scoring position. It's probably dog shit.
Oh, it's definitely really bad.
I haven't seen that guy get a hit with a runner in scoring position all year.
Definitely
somebody give me that stat.
Bad.
Somebody give me that nugget.
Hey, guess who else is also hitting, 260? The other shortstop on the cover.
Yeah. Nothing to write home about, certainly. You're right. You're right.
Skeen's doing a job.
Guess he's hitting 300 and hits a fucking nuke every series. CJ Abrams. Nice to meet
He's
you. How you doing?
He's seeing him. Legit seeing him.
Unbelievable. Bases loaded, 1 out. Whatever happened to small ball and doing yob? Nobody does yob. Nobody plays small ball. Everybody just fucking drops the back shoulder and tries to hit a ball 400 feet in the Great American Small Park. Bunch of me guys. 9 of them in the lineup today for the Reds. A 9-piece. That might be a record. That might be a Guinness Book of World Record. Somebody call them up, get them on the line. 9 me guys in one lineup.
Buckets of me guys. Put Jake Mangum on the cover, dude.
Put the ball in the fucking air and hit it in the outfield like a professional baseball player. Sack fly, ever heard of it? Do a fucking job. I'm not even talking about Ellie. I'm talking about the at-bat before. Do a fucking job. No shit, Ellie's not getting a hit. The guy's the least clutch guy I've seen on the fucking Reds. I'd rather have TJ Friedel at the dish with base runners on. Golly.
They walked him because they were so scared of him, man.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
Should be.
I don't blame him.
He's Mr. Clutch.
Oh. I mean, legitimately give me CJ Abrams over Ellie De La Cruz. If I'm starting a dynasty team, give me CJ Abrams.
Dynasty team, maybe not, but right now, absolutely.
Okay. Dynasty team, I'm taking Mackenzie Gore over Paul Skeens. Legitimately.
Krabs, bro.
Chat, this was a combo we had in the Bookit chat yesterday, and I got roasted for it.
I mean,
Although I think
Krabs,
Goots had my back.
It wasn't really a convo when you said it. Everyone was like, all right. But yeah, had your back.
Even Grok had my back. Because of the strikeouts, he actually gets more fantasy points. Ever think of that?
Dynasty Krabs. Dynasty, we're talking.
Hey, he's only got a couple years on. Paul Skeens pitched in the fucking Air Force years ago. People forget about
college
that.
Krabs. Those college.
Years ago. Guy's a fossil.
What do you mean he's a fossil? He's 23.
He's washed.
What the heck?
He's washed.
Krabs.
Wash. The K's aren't there anymore.
Bro, Mackenzie's 3 years older than him. Who gives a hoot about a three-piece?
And you called Skeens a fossil, and he's 3 years younger.
It's a huge difference.
It's a massive difference.
All right, maybe I'm fucking pushing it then. But I will say, I still think I got an argument there. It's at least closer than you made it seem.
If you did baseball dynasty, you'd have the whole Nats on your team because they're so young.
Yeah, and I'd be fucking stacked for the future. And I'd be a team to watch out for.
Yeah.
Right, Goots?
Mm-hmm.
Chad, I tell Goots once a week to pick up a different Nat in his team. And he tells me every week, he says, I can't just have 20 Nats on the team.
Because it worked last time. Because you told me to pick up Jarlin before he was really known. That worked.
Yeah. And you traded him for a piece of meat.
Not a piece of meat.
Oh, we got a Reese Hoskins leadoff single? Sure. Come on.
Second time up.
Come on.
Only time he does something.
Come on. Jovan afraid to give me updates because he thinks I'm a yap. Smart.
No, it's just we're in the middle of just horrendous conversations here.
Paul Skeens might be a better pitcher at the end of his career, but the fantasy aspect of the strikeouts and the way Paul Skeens is shifting his game, Mackenzie Gore is always going to be a strikeout guy. It's his bread and butter. He's not changing that. I think an argument could be made, but we're not going to sit here and talk about that anymore. I will drop the link again to the Sharp Report format in the Twitch chat if you guys want to get involved. There it is. There it goes. See ya. Get involved. What about the high school kid, Jack Bauer, who threw 103? He may be the future. He wears number 24. He's a true man of culture. I'll tell you what, Snowman. I'm back in on Jack Bauer for a couple reasons. Number one, yes, he's throwing 103. Anybody want to take a guess at the second reason why I might be back in on Jack
Might be
Bauer?
where he's going to school now. It's a little different.
Yeah. You guys remember a couple months ago when I brought this kid up? Looks like the next Chris Sale legitimately might be better. I mean, the guy's throwing 103. Give me a break. He probably is going to be better. He keeps that shit up. But Jovan was like, oh, you know where he's going to school, though? You know where he's committed? He's a UVA Cavalier. And that broke my freaking heart, crushed my dreams on that stream. Brought me back to reality. And now the UVA coach, because the athletics department's falling apart, the coach is leaving, going to Mississippi State, and he's taking all his recruits, including Jack Bauer. Wow. Crazy stuff. I'm back in on the kid. Might be a little bit more blue collar than we thought, Jovan. Decommitted from UVA. Sure we can? Yep. And also, why do we not just draft that kid number one overall and pay him whatever the fuck he wants and have him be a Nat?
I mean, maybe. You could just draft Bryce Callaway, New Orleans GOAT, the next literal Shohei.
Two-way player?
Two-way player. He's actually goated. He's in the portal now. He's going to go to like some big SEC school. I know Tennessee wants him really, really bad. Not just me glazing the Southland. Actual like legit player. One of like the biggest ones in the portal.
Wow. Also, am I getting involved with the Red Sox here because I'm chalking this over?
I mean,
in Cincy.
It seemed like you didn't want it, Krabs.
Yeah, but those are never going 0-2. I thought I was just on the right one.
I mean, you can't get involved if you don't want it. So then that's a certified loser.
Now I kind of want it.
We'll get in.
Minus 130.
Just ignore the Trout home run. That's coming.
It is a 10.5 total, huh?
Yeah.
And yep, with that runner left on base for the Brew Crew, I will be locking in the Red Sox on the ML. It's official, folks.
Certainties.
Those plays aren't going into. All right. Can we take a peep at some of the splits? Let's go take a peep at the Nat splits. I'll be boots on ground there tonight. We got a hype train moving and grooving as well. Shout out some of the subbies here. We just went over the Sharp reports. I'll drop the Sharp report four-man one more time for the people in the back while I lock in this Red Sox ML play. W Subby took it with Brent. Gore shoving again today, Krabs. I agree. Let's check out those splits, huh? Let's take a peep at those puppies. See how they're looking. All right, now they're minus 135. They're catching steam before first pitch.
It's huge.
Moved right in front of my eyeballs. All right. Yep. Locked in for the Red Sox on the ML. Let's get our look back after that extra innings L last night. That one stung. Not going to lie to you, but can't complain about a day like yesterday. The squad ride hit, 5-0 Sharp reports. We'll be okay. WC Breezy coming in hot. He's the reason why I want to lock this puppy in. He was asking if anybody's nuking the Sox. No nukes. No nukes queues. Just one unit. One responsible unit. Right, Jovan?
Yep.
Okay.
Always responsible.
Good. One responsible, measly unit on the Red Sox. Is Gore K's a trap or no? I mean, look, he might be one of those guys that you just can't fade. I certainly wouldn't recommend taking the less than on Gore strikeouts. I mean, the guy's just wicked. I know he's good for a solo nuke every once in a while and a mistake, and he gets in his head a little bit. He's a little hot-headed sometimes, and he's got some things he can improve, like every young pitcher in baseball. But, I mean, the strikeout stuff is unbelievable. The way he got out of his last start, he had bases loaded, no outs, and struck out the sides. He's just different. He's an ace. He's built for this shit. He probably will shove again. I wouldn't recommend his less than strikeouts, but he is facing a Cubbies team today that does not K a ton. I'm sure they'll Mo's stack some righties as well. I would not be taking his more than. I would just sit that one out. Just take the Nats on the ML.
They have been, I guess, if you're looking for silver lining, they're still like third least K rate against lefties, third lowest K rate against lefties so far in the season. But last month, it's ticked up a little bit. They're like damn near dead middle of the league. So, I don't know. That probably goes up even further without Kyle Tucker.
Okay. Also, Quinn Priester has entered the building.
Yes. So we've been waiting for.
Huge. I can't believe Goots' guy, fucking DL Hall, went 3 innings. Strong.
He's good at baseball.
Yeah.
Well, then why'd you trade him?
He's a great pitcher. I don't know why we traded him. That's not on me. That's on Mike Elias.
Here's a legitimate.
They like Trevor Rogers, Krabs. Trevor Rogers is good.
Here's a legitimate question.
6 innings, scoreless ball the other day, all right?
I want an authentic, just real answer. Don't ever think it. Just give it to me right after I say it.
Okay.
Goots, why do the O's trade all the good players and keep all the bad ones?
Just didn't evaluate them correctly because they didn't like Stowers. They apparently didn't like Norby, and they liked everyone else better. But we refused to bring the other people up. So instead, we have vet outfielders that can't even make contact with the ball. So
okay,
I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, that said, Dylan Carlson has been pretty hot. That's the moment.
You know what that sounds like to me, Goots?
What?
Moose shit.
Moose. But 4 straight wins.
You give Goots the Ron Rivera 4 years that Ron promised to turn the fucking culture and the program around, and he actually made it way worse. You give Goots the Ron Rivera 4 years, though. You give him the keys to the front office down there at Camden Yards. You might see some changes.
Give me the keys.
Give me the keys. All right. Leadoff guy on against Priester. Could be the difference. Look at these splits for the Nats game. Let's peep them. A lot of bets on the Cubbies. Shocker.
A lot of Cubs.
Some over bets too. Probably recency bias after last night. And also, I just would never hate an over in a Nats game. And it's tough to really get on board with an under, although I do think that's kind of the script for today. I mean, betting unders in Nats games are not for the faint of heart, right? With that bullpen, that offense, that grit, not for the faint of heart. Instead, we'll back the Nats on the ML. That's the right way to take them. Stay away from that under. right?
Have
It's asking
to.
for trouble. But good sign seeing all the Cubbies bets. And not surprised to see all the Cubbies bets. And the Angels already up 1-0.
Juju.
No shots.
Juju. We know there's runs.
We do, but do we know that there's back-to-back doubles to start the game?
We just know there's runs coming. We just know.
We know there's runs, but back-to-back doubles?
I'm saying in the game, Krabs. In the game.
Fuck. All right. 10.5 total in that game. Not paying attention to it until we see the Red Sox at Dish.
Yeah.
At
Need to be
Dish.
at Dish.
At Dish. Now. All right. We got 20 minutes left, chat. What do you guys want us to go over? Some of these baseball games we haven't talked about yet. It's probably a good move. Pull up some of these games we have not mentioned. We've talked about a lot of them, but not all. How about the Guardians and Yankee game? Curious your thoughts here. You got Luis Ortiz. You got the Yankees statement win last night. I feel like these games, Yankees guards, are always low scoring. They're always playoff type games. And I know they've faced off against each other in the playoffs in recent years. So maybe I'm just, maybe it's recency bias or just my brain remembering that. But I feel like these games are always weird. They're always close, low scoring. The guards typically at least, keep it close. They might not win every game, but some covers in there as well. And a lot of unders and like a playoff type vibe between these two studs in the AL. What do you think happens today? Total in this game, it's at 9. But obviously, Yankee tax and Yankee Stadium tax, but the under is catching a little bit of juice too. What do you think happens in this game today?
I'll say I think the total, even with that included, is a little surprisingly high to me, which Luis Ortiz has been like really good randomly, but
yeah,
maybe that's still cooked in. We'll see higher totals because the books know he's in reality not very good. But Clark Schmidt's the interesting one, where I assume he's like one of the pitchers I guess I've seen the most today. People just assuming he's going to shove. I have a similar like Brady Singer feeling about him today, which I guess like both these guys didn't pitch all that well first time they faced both these teams, but Clark Schmidt especially, like you got to chase against him. That's how he gets you. The Guardians, as of late, didn't chase. They didn't chase the first time they saw him, so I wouldn't be surprised if he gets in a lot of command trouble today. You see him, I guess, have the same pitch count problems, have the same walk problems, and anytime you do that against the Guardians, that kind of brings him life. So, like, I don't know if I feel fully confident in Luis Ortiz, like, shoving or doing enough, but I don't think Clark Schmidt's going to pitch too well.
Okay, maybe we get some rare runs in this game today. I thought that total was a little bit high.
Yeah.
In this game with how well Ortiz has been pitching, but I guess I originally just kind of chalked it up to the Yankee tax. Okay, maybe some runs in this game tonight. Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked. Definitely due for some runs in that series.
Need that.
All right. Do we have a Taylor Ward bomb? People are saying in the chats.
Oh, it's Rabbit.
Nice.
Oh my God, there was a platter.
Nice.
There was a platter. That over might be free of year. Free bet of the year.
Then why didn't we take that?
I know we should have taken that. Was always that.
Javon's been begging me all day to take the Sox.
I have not been begging you. Have not been begging you.
No, you just brought it up once.
Let me live line log in real quick.
Just trying to pin the tail on Jovan, man.
Let me see what we got here.
Trying to pin the blame on Jovan.
For live lines.
Fuck, dude. 4-zip. Hey, but you saw runs in this game, right? 10.5 total.
Runs. They're coming.
Rito, I'm sorry, bro. Sneakily a moose shit franchise to be a fan of.
Plus 320 is it. You'll wait till end of first.
Okay, you don't have to make a statement live ML bet just to say you still believe. You could just say you believe.
No, I kind of want to. This is the perfect game, I think, to do it. So you're getting runs.
Okay. Yeah, Lucas Giolito needs to hang them up.
Once he or whoever else gets out of this inning, I am looking.
I mean, yeah, he's about to get yanked. He's throwing a yes hitter, folks.
Yes hitter.
You don't see those very often.
Brandon Pfaadt.
Yeah, against the Nats.
I guess for Dick Fitz for a little bit.
Yep. You don't see yes hitters very often, but you're starting to see them more frequently. That's for sure. Who did it better, folks? Lucas Giolito or Brandon Pfaadt?
You guys are just trying to follow in the footsteps of the OG Patrick Corbin.
Yep. I don't blame him. I do not blame him. All right. Well, we can move on from that one, along with the over in Great American Small Park. Good. 0-2 to start the day. That gives us something to work for later on. That just makes the squad ride mean just a little bit more.
A little
Could
more.
be the difference. Okay. Another game we haven't talked about yet. Let me throw it out. See what your thoughts are. How about Merrill Kelly, Chris Sale? Haven't heard a peep.
Yeah, not a peep.
Thoughts on Merrill? Thoughts on Chris Sale as we look at the Pickett Pro splits here?
Certainly. 7.5 total feels a little odd, I will say, after what we saw yesterday. Granted, I mean, much worse pitchers, especially the one out there in Arizona, who, even in a win, did not look really good. He gave up his fair share of runs, but you got Corbin Carroll and Ketel Marte both sacking up for double nuke games, which I think single-handedly probably would have taken them at least close. I don't remember how many guys were on base for each of those, but close to this total by itself. So now we're seeing 7.5. It's probably a pitcher's duel, and I kind of like that under. But I hate Sale just so much.
Yeah, you like that Merrill less than runs allowed though on Prize Picks?
Yes, Merrill, I feel a little better leaning into. It's just Sale. Anytime he's in like the obvious spots to either bounce back off a shit start, or in this case, like he's playing an offense that just had an absolute whale of a day. So like you should think he's going to be good. He's never good. And that's why I think he's been one of the pitchers I've seen people donate on the most in all of this community. But Merrill Kelly, I would be down matching him.
Okay. Yeah, I'm probably going to have that 2.5 less than runs allowed in a lineup later today. Chat's asking for a boots on ground. Nats Cubs. 2-man nuke. I don't know about a 2-man nuke, but certainly down to get in the weeds. Craft up a Prize Picks lineup later this afternoon in that game. Sure. Sale sliders, eh? Trent special.
Sliders. Dude, Trent brought it. We were playing last night. Trent just brings them every time. We always end up with him. He has no other fucking pitches, dude. It's all he spams.
Is he striking people out or is he giving up nukes?
Well, you're striking guys out for a while. It's just, it only lasts so long before Trent's giving up 480-foot whales the second he goes in there. It's unbelievable. Right. And he's just the worst defense I've ever seen played in the game. It's bad. It's really bad. He also spent fucking $250K Stubbs on the Acuna card, and he got one hit with him in like a million games.
Well, sometimes cards, it's based off of feel. Sometimes you don't, play well with a specific guy or lefty or righty or their swing or whatever, but you could always sell them again, I guess. Eat some juice.
Yeah,
but he could always sell them again.
He did finally, and he got him to get J-Ram. So
you already got him to sell him immediately?
No, it wasn't immediate, Krabs. Trust me, it wasn't. We went through game after game after game with the worst at-bats I've ever seen.
Game after game after game.
It was probably a solid, like, maybe 30 ABs. Like, it was really bad. Like,
it's really hard to go really 1 for 30 with that card.
Yeah, for a while, from playing co-op, I was the only one who got a hit with it. Like, he was just awful. Just awful.
Do you think they build the Andrew Abbott statue by the time we're in Cincy this summer?
Perhaps.
In a couple weeks? Do you think they'll have the statue up then, or do you think it'll be maybe next year?
Might already be up.
Do you think he's taking notes from Hunter Green since he's going less than his earned runs allowed for the season?
Well, if he is taking notes from Hunter Green, then he's about to tear his groin right here at some point.
That would suck.
That would suck.
Can't be rooting for that.
No, not rooting for that at all. But
have a year, though, Andrew Abbott, all jokes aside. Have a fucking year.
You're really going for it here, Krabs.
I'm trying everything, man. I'm pulling out all the tricks.
Promise you he blows up at some point.
I mean, it's eventually it's going to be through 9 innings here.
I promise you. Maybe not in this game, but he's going to blow up.
Well, okay. I promise you one player on the Nationals tonight gets a hit.
Okay. And that's just got no hit.
Yeah, no hit.
And Mackenzie Gore just gave up a leadoff tank.
Yeah.
Okay.
GG's.
Shit.
That was like when Trent commented under Seabla's post that the Thunder have better odds to win the finals next year as the Rockies do to win today's game. Rockies have now won 2 in a row since that tweet.
Rockies have won 3 games since me and Goots were out there about a week ago. Maybe that's the difference.
It is, yeah.
It's kind of crazy. They have 1/3 of their wins since we were out there not too long ago.
Unbelievable.
Don't let them get hot. It might be too late. No shot they win again today, right? Oh, they're already up 3-zip. Unbelievable. And it was always that under in that game. It was always that under.
Always.
Even after early runs, they settled in. We got Budman getting involved, resubbing as well. W Budman. Sure we can. And a boy. 38 months he's been subbing for. Budman, you are him. Appreciate you, Beast. All right, let me throw another baseball game out at you. One that we preferably have not talked about yet. Are you putting another unit on the Twins and Athletics? Probably don't have to spend too much time on this one. The over?
I don't love it as much today. I'll be honest with you. I think I'm cool sitting it out.
After back-to-back dubs, maybe sit this one out that opened up at 9.5?
Yeah, maybe don't go for the sweep here. Like, I don't know, dude. Like, on paper, I'll tell you what, I think Springs, as much as he's my guy, Rays legend, he might just be bad because he was a little different with the Rays. He actually had like some kind of different pitch offerings, but now he's like a 2-pitch guy pretty much with the A's, and that doesn't work. And especially against like some of the Twins bats, it's probably going to be really bad. So I think he gives up runs. I just don't know what the A's are going to do against Sebi. So like my plums have been over a lot of overs in this park, a lot more than they are today. Should I still probably take it? Yeah. Am I dying for it? No. You know who's probably going to snap their streak, who's been god awful today? Royce Lewis.
Wow. Royce fucking, huh?
Yeah.
Ooh, wait a second.
And Jackson Cherry nuke.
A 2-run nuke?
2-run nuke.
Let's fucking go, Chad.
Dude, it's literally
Give me a
him.
Jovan fist bump.
It's literally him.
Come on. Sure we can. How about 3 runs off of Andrew Abbott? And how about a Goots call of cinch? Blow up inning. 2 words, chat. Blow up inning. 2 words, always. Jack Goots.
Was always.
Come on. Let's go, Goots. What do you say, kids? Atta babe. Let's get some Goots chances going right now in the chat. Get them up and moving. I want to see them.
Thank you, Goots.
I just want to see a bunch of Goots in the chat. Hurry up. Everybody drop a Goots.
He's not good.
Everybody drop a Goots. Go. Let's fucking go. We're back. All right. Well, at least we got the square. We're not getting the over in the game, but we got the Andrew Abbott fade, which felt good. I didn't think we were getting it. Let's fucking go. Drop those Goots, chat. Drop them. And I don't want to hear a peep about that other game.
I'm not saying a peep, Krabs.
I don't want to hear. I don't even want to hear a peep about a peep.
Yeah. No peeps about peeps, about peeps, about peeps.
How about a peep about prime bets coming in with a 5-unit sub? Yep. Beat you to it. How about that? Wow. How about a 5-unit sub whale coming in? How about a peep for primer? Sure we can, Prime.
We'll get
good to see you, my man. How about a prime peep? Let's go, Prime. 5 subbies from the guy. W Budman, W took it with Brent, C Breezy, all the goats we've already shouted out. Dead Larry Bird coming in, resubbing. That one squeaked by. Missed that one. He likes the Rats tonight. I'm assuming he's talking about the Panthers. Shit. Okay. Well, that kind of leans in with what we thought is going to happen tonight. So, okay. Okay. We got Sox runs. God damn it, dude.
There's a peep.
There's the peep. Reading chat. All right. Cool. Let me know when the game's fucking tied, chat, or else I don't want to hear peep. Let me know when that shit's tied. All right. W Primer. Appreciate you, Beast. And yeah, we need to know what Fruity's on for tonight. Hopefully it's the under in the game. He's been on fire. Treasure Train. Also, these don't grow on trees, folks. How about a Treasure Train to get your Wednesday afternoon moving and grooving?
What are those? I've been dying to know.
I think there's some sort of hybrid hype train.
I know they're like, I know that's what it is, but like, what is different about it?
What level are we at right now? Do we know?
Are there even levels for treasure trains? I thought it was just one.
It says unlock a limited time 35% off gift subs at level 5 during this train. Okay.
Oh, there are levels.
Okay. Cool.
Hmm.
Oh, it's incoming. It hasn't even begun yet. See, I don't even know what the hell that means.
It's kind of sick.
Okay.
I don't know what it means, but it's kind of sick.
And that's okay sometimes. It's got to be good. That we know. Sure. Where was the train yesterday? Chad, I don't know, man. It picks and chooses. I know the hype train has something to do with it being multiple people. Like we've noticed if one person splooges subbies on Night Sweats, it doesn't necessarily correlate into a hype train every time. It's when multiple people sub. That's when the hype train gets up and moving. Like when Total Slayer comes in and drops another 10 U play.
He took that.
Total Slayer comes in and just drops 10 units right on tag. Just smacks it down. Sure he can. Total Slayer, you're him, bro.
Total Slayer splooging for the impending Marcelo Meyer Grand Slam right here.
No peeps. No peeps.
Sorry. I had to give one peep, dude. You got bases cocked, no outs, Krabs.
I know. There's your second peep.
Fuck.
And now you've officially cashed in both your peeps.
Both peeps?
You get no more. Total Slayer, you're him. Prime, you're him. You already know that. Appreciate all you guys dropping these subbies left and right. All right. I don't want to run over today. I want to make sure we spend plenty of time on the squad ride. Pickett Pro, getting us right, checking out the splits. Why don't we get to the best part of our day, the most important part of our lives, the squad ride poll. Let's get it moving and grooving. Goots, if you don't mind, run that shit. I'm trying to see that train. All right, chat. Squad ride last night. Okay. Hashtag Natitudes. It's probably because we put Josh Bell on the graphic. That could have been the difference. It's also probably why he didn't hit a nuke last night and had the MLB season longest single. But I digress. It's time to move on from Tuesday, and let's find a winner for Wednesday night and cash another squad ride. Let's go 3-0 in June. Jovan, looking at your plays. I'm looking at my plays. I think I might just cut the shit, sack up, trust gut here, and tell you how I'm really feeling. It's a Nats ML.
Wow. I'm in.
I'll say what I said earlier. One more time for the people in the back. Enough about doing this, doing that, what's right, what's wrong. Fuck that, dude. Green. That's all that matters. And tonight, the Nats are green. They win the game tonight. Mackenzie Gore goes out there and shoves. The Nats bats get up and moving against the Cubbies. And they get their lick back after getting punched in the mouth last night. Game doesn't count. Trevor Williams pitched. Throw it out. Doesn't count. We got the whole A team in the bullpen rested up. And after the Nats win tonight, we're getting an 18 fist bump vintage from Jovan on stream tomorrow. Nats.
Wow, we might need that. We might need that. And I'm in on the Nats.
What else do you want to put in here?
I am so incredibly ready to fuck around and find out with Mick Abel and the Jays today.
Blue Jays.
Jays.
Still good at 4.5?
Yeah, that's what it is. It's like 4.5 plus 100.
Okay. Nice. Nice. All right. What do you think about those two plays, chat? We got the Nats on the ML. And we've got the Blue Jays. 4-2. Sure we can.
4-2.
Wow.
Here comes Torrin and McPlatter.
Peep. There's a peep. Still no outs. Let's go, Chaka.
I laddered peeps.
Oh. Well, you're rich.
Dude, I promise you, he's been mucking Platter.
I took him in my lineup yesterday.
Oh, look at that. And play runs good. Thank you. That could easily be a double play, though. Single. 4-3.
Wow. Let's go. Come on, chats. Runs. Need more. Okay. I love these two plays. I love the Nats on the ML. I love the Blue Jays team total over. Is there anything else we have to put in this bitch?
I don't know if there is.
Today might be a quality over quantity type day.
Feels like drop trow day.
Drop trow, my POD, your POD?
Yeah, you're not quite in on any goosage in Tampa. Just it's cool. But there is going to be goosage. Super sick, though.
Yeah. I don't know if I can get there.
Soft. We go 2, though. Down for 2.
Let's go 2 plays, 2 winners. Let's run the poll for 3 minutes. Give you guys a chance to lock in. If you're asking yourself, where the hell's the poll? What the hell's going on? FOMO. I'm missing out. Why can't I vote? I want to be a part of the squad. Then make your way over to the Twitch chat or open your eyeballs because that puppy is up in the Twitch chat. Make your way over like a bunch of herded sheep from the YouTube to the Twitch chat. Get involved. All right. You still got 3 minutes left. Get your vote in. Have your voice heard. All right. You got 2 great options, 2 winners to choose from today. Get involved. Nats ML, Blue Jays team total over 4.5. 2 plays, 2 winners. Get those votes in, folks. Hurry up. Go, 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 go.
Anti-Nats bias.
Okay. Yep. And if it ties, you guys know what happens. We got to call in the ringer and get Goots on the line. Okay. Reds run sure. Don't worry, Peyton. Those are meaningless. No need to get worked up about those. Meaningless runs.
Krabs, what have you learned? What have you learned?
I've learned that words have powers and meaning. And the more I talk about something happening, the better chance the opposite does in the future.
Maybe sometimes.
That's what I've learned. Trying to give us a fucking chance, folks.
You want 2 words, Krabs? In-play runs. Sox lead.
Now that's the fucking peep I've been waiting for. All BTL. There it is. How about a David Hamilton peep? Unbelievable.
A lot of
2
peeps.
words, chat, peep. David Hamilton double. How about the guy getting involved? 2-run score, 5-4. Sure.
Dude, I would be.
Sox take the lead.
I would be mucking that air horn if I had it.
Wow.
Would be
Would
mucking.
love a Hoskins double. Yes, Big Cheesy. I'm going to go ahead and chalk that game now.
Dude, Yelich needs to be put in the fucking barn for clearing the plat. So many times.
He does. He does. Only does job when we don't need him. Yep. We got the Blue Jays team total over 4.5 tonight. Honestly, I got no qualms with it. Going with Jovan here after I swept yesterday. Probably a smart move. See how it plays out. And the Nats ML might just be free boots on ground.
Yeah,
Sure.
I mean, that one. We'll be splooging for Nats. Trust on that.
Unofficial. Sure we can.
Nats.
Blue Jays team total chat. Get involved. Let's get some runs from Toronto tonight. Appreciate all you guys getting involved. Appreciate all the subbies coming in. You guys are goated, especially Total Slayer and Nerfy Chad yesterday dropping 50 subbies. You're him. Stick around for